Hey everybody, welcome to the TMG podcast, and I'm back. Actually, we're all back. We're all back from Typhoon Glen.
We are complete.
We're alive.
We're back together. This is a podcast all about video games. We're based from the Philippines, where we just had a typhoon. I'm Will. With me is Carlos.
Hello.
Who's lagging, and me.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Video
Hello.
games. And this week we're going to talk to you about lots and lots of video game thingies.
As usual.
As usual,
As
yeah.
much as
I missed last week. I missed Evo because I was at a wedding. But
Yeah, I'm sure you had a great time on that wedding, and me and Megs had a great time bonding with our fighting. I don't know, powers. I don't know.
fighting
That was
powers.
But it was a very cool episode. It was all esports, literally, because that whole week was Dota 2 and Evolution 2014. Ugh.
And there were some cool things that came out of Evo for sure.
Yeah, actually there was. Dota 2 is still ongoing. They were I think now at this point they're now on the last four teams. But Evo now we already have a winner.
We have a winner. We have some reveals. We had Raiden revealed from Mortal Kombat. That was cool.
That was not a surprise, but he looked cool. I like the whole variations. He looked very lightning-y.
He had a dumb electrical hat though.
He's always had that hat. That's
He's always had the dumb electrical hat.
The hat was literally brimming with electricity.
He's the guy. He's the godfather. He can do that.
Yeah, but like the hat was the only thing with lightning in his strap stance or whatever. Looked a bit silly.
Dude, it's next gen. You might as well.
Yeah, next gen equals electric hats.
Oh, there you go. What else? Well, in Evo, we also got something from Namco. I think that's
we
what's
did get
next
something
after.
from Namco. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
Let's go around the table. Let's see what we've been playing this week. Carlos, you want to start? What have you been playing?
PlayStation 4 games.
Woo! Yes, we're officially next gen because Carlos now has a PlayStation 4.
I have finally threw whatever money I had left on my piggy bank and finally bought a PS4. And I was able to play a good amount of Tekken Sun. Actually, I'm done with Tekken Sun. But I was kind of in and out because, Glenda being a bitch and all, ruining the Philippines.
How does it feel to be How does it feel to be current gen?
Incomplete. I feel incomplete. I got the game. I got PSN Plus, which is kind of funny because I got 3 months. It was like 1,000 pesos in Data Blitz. I got Second Son, which is 2-1. And the PlayStation 4, it was around 20 grand, which is actually a good price.
This is a very good price, actually.
Yeah, it's a very good price. I had a good number of hours rating my PlayStation 4. Thankfully, it's not a dud. It's not a lemon. I hope I'm not jinxing it or anything, but so far it's okay.
Have there been reports of lemon PS4s? I mean, I'm sure there have been, but
I'm sure there has been.
It's not that common, right? It's still a pretty uncommon thing.
Like, it's like a regular
0.03% around the world.
Oh, there.
That's too low. I think it's around 2% or 5%. Like that's like the number of lemons for the PS4 is like the common number of any device that comes out officially, like usually like TVs and whatnot. Yeah. It's normal. It's not Xbox 360 abnormal. is what I'm saying. And I don't know, the PS4 in terms of its features and all that, it's actually pretty cool. The PS4 controller, I do like it, but I'm still gonna stand with the fact that I still like the Xbox One controller. But the PS4 controller's touchpad is not a gimmick. I'll tell you that right now. Like it's very responsive. It's literally an extra button, and PS4 and Sony was able to find a way to put an extra button in the controller, and it seems like it works. It's actually it can come out as like a start button or another button for any game. I consider this an investment. I kind of got this just solely because I want to play The Last of Us, which is coming up at the end of the month, and I had to buy a game. Actually, when I got the PS4 and I was looking about, okay, I'll buy one game so at least I can do something with it.
Yeah.
There's only one I wasn't paying attention to. Everything else was just not worth my time. Like, I just got Second Son and everything else was
just right? Because I think the exclusives right now for the PS4 are kind of weak. They have Killzone and Knack, and both of those didn't really get Great reviews overall.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of great games also in the PS4. We also have Battlefield 4, Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, what was it, Watch Dogs and all that. But those are not exclusives. They can be you can get it in the previous gen PC.
Right.
It's not exclusive. So when I was checking out the shelves, I was like, okay, Second Son is like the only thing that seems interesting.
And I'm assuming you already have like Injustice, right? Or you played it.
I don't have Injustice. That's the only thing. I think that's my second already. Like if ever I kind of forced to buy a second game, that's gonna have to be my game. So either that, and then my third most likely will be Final Fantasy, the online game. But then again, it's also PC. So.
Right.
Yeah, it's very limited. It feels very limited. I'm not gonna touch Steve. Fuck off. I hate stealth games. I'm not gonna touch Steve.
Well,
that can go away.
We're a year into this gen, so it took a while for the PS3 to get Steam. It took a while for the 360 to get Steam, so I'm sure, we'll give it some time and we'll start seeing some really cool stuff. I mean, look at all the awesome stuff that came out at E3, right? So,
but I was it actually surprised me the fact that it must have been, well, for me, it must have been much worse on launch. Like I'm having a hard time, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. What more when PS4 officially came out? Because there were less games then. You know what I mean? So it was actually worth waiting. Maybe for those who want to buy a PS4, they're still thinking of buying it, think about getting one maybe on around October when the game, the really big games, maybe like the new Battlefield, the next Assassin's Creed, Dragon Age. There's a lot coming out this year, so maybe wait around October.
Yeah, that's a good point. And actually, for me, for myself, waiting to buy a PS4, I'm actually still waiting for the next hardware iteration to come out first before I.
That's what you're waiting for. Okay.
Yeah,
which is actually a good thing.
Actually, apart from Second Son as well, that seems to be the only real game I kind of want to play, and I doubt it'll be hard to find because it's one of the better selling games. So it's likely going to get.
You're going to find a lot of second-hand copies.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be a Game of the Year edition at some point with that.
To be clear, we are talking about Infamous Second Son. We haven't mentioned the proper title yet.
I'm so sorry, guys. Yes, Infamous Second Son. I'm
Which
sure
is
there'll
the
be
third
a game. Yep, I'm sure there'll be a Game of the Year edition because they did announce a standalone DLC at E3 for it, and I'm sure at some point they'll release a version with all of it in there. So yeah.
Yep.
It's Infamous Second Daughter.
But good to hear that you're enjoying it. I'm looking.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah. I got PSN Plus. I got my 2 free games. It feels solid enough, but sadly I already have Strider on my PC. But I'm enjoying the hell out of Towerfall Ascension, which comes with the whole package for this month. I'm enjoying that. But yeah, overall, I'm happy. I feel like hopefully this will last for 3 years, because when I buy these consoles, I expect them to at least last at least 3 years. If I don't hit 3 years, I feel a little bit like it's a waste. Because so far, my PS3 did last 3 years. My Xbox has already passed 3 years. Hopefully the PS4 will come out as a very long a console with a long lifespan. Because these consoles not even close to 1 year yet.
Right.
So we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm all ready for The Last of Us. That's the only reason why I bought it.
For an initial release, new console, the PS4 is very solid. Especially if you compare to the previous gen, like the PS3 and Xbox, which had pretty bad, initial SKUs.
Actually, to be honest, I think the reason why it came out nice, I mean, it launched pretty smoothly, was the fact that it had really strong indie support or download support. Because I think it'll be harder to swallow having to invest on a PS4 if they didn't have the PSN Plus. Because so far, as much as it's not that of an amazing reward system where I'm getting Strider, you're still getting games for free, and you're still getting games that you could play in your PS4. If they didn't have that system set up when PS4 launched, it would have been harder, I think. Because it's just like in the PS3 era and the Xbox 360 era. I'm positive, when the PlayStation 3 came out, there was a point when it was like collecting dust. It was just waiting for the developers to actually get some time and make games out of that system. Now they're porting stuff. They're putting Tomb Raider, hair edition and whatnot to keep the momentum going. And Sony's doing a great job in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree. How about you, Mix? What have you been playing?
Just like last week, I've just been playing mostly Mega Man X4 for the proper YouTube thing that I have with the commentaries and the non-cheats and everything. And they just finished uploading last night, so I just have to set them up and hopefully they'll be out by next week.
Glenda didn't stop you?
We did that before. After Glenda, yeah.
After Glenda. So you've been playing only X4 for now. Like how is the whole Let's Play thing?
It's actually like X4 is a really short game if you go back to it. Like you can probably beat that in like an hour and 30 minutes. So that's not bad. For something new, I popped in Okami HD, which I bought a while ago and only really tried it out now.
Oh,
for the PS3?
Yeah, for the
it's
PS3.
PS3 downloadable only, I think.
Yeah, but I have a physical disc copy because we're in Asia.
Right.
It's weird over here.
Yeah,
we break the rules left and right.
Yeah, we break the rules and we still want to be an Asian, so.
It's a pretty game. I like it in widescreen compared to playing it on the PS2. And I initially wanted to play it on the Wii because I have it also on the Wii, but I just wasn't liking the motion controls for that. You have to flail to attack. It's kind of dumb.
For those who don't who don't know Okami, what's the best way to describe this dog?
It's a RPG.
Oh, really?
Yes, you're on RPG. You run around the world map, talk to people, you fight things, then you use your mystic brush powers.
Yeah, it's you're not really a dog. You're a god, right?
You're a sun god in the body of a white wolf.
There you go.
I haven't been playing Okami too much. Damn it.
Yeah, it's cool because like your dog obviously doesn't talk, but you have a little insect that can speak English for some reason. And
that's an insect?
I don't know. Maybe it's a guy. They call him a bug, but they don't specify what he is.
He goes around. He goes around with you.
He says he's a traveling artist, and he just happened to, go upon you. And since you can't talk, he's the one who does all the talking for you. So he's basically like your guide. Also, if you forget what to do, where to go, it's pretty neat. He's a funny little guy.
He's kind of like what's his name? That stupid fairy in Zelda.
Oh, like Navi, but much better and much more perverted.
Yeah. Exactly.
Navi from where?
From Ocarina of Time.
Navi, like the little fairy thing that tells you where to go.
Listen!
Yeah, that guy.
The moving lens flare.
Yes.
That's what it was. The moving lens flare.
Oh god, that thing is terrible.
So Okami was made by the dudes who are now in Platinum Games, which was formerly Clover Studios by Capcom. And it was directed by the ever-famous Hideki Kamiya, which is reason enough for you guys to play it. So it's cool.
Hideki Kamiya is from...
the Bayonetta man, the DMC man, the RE4 man, the Resident Evil 2 man.
That's a lot.
Beats a lot.
Just the man in general.
The man, the Japanese man.
He knows you. Yeah.
That's actually pretty. Well, Okami was actually well known, and he did join Marvel's Capcom. Oh man, that dog.
Wait, joined. Amaterasu's actually a female. Yep.
Oh well, there you go. Yeah.
On my part, I've been playing a game called War Thunder. It's a free-to-play game. If anyone's familiar with World of Tanks, it's very similar.
Yeah, it's World of Tanks, but not.
Not really. Because it's also World of Warplanes, and World of Battleships, and World of Tanks, like all combined into one big World of like Battlefield thing. Right now it's still open beta, free to play. It's actually unlike World of Tanks, which is it started off with tanks and then they moved on to the other things. This one started off with the planes, and then they just released ground forces, and they haven't released ships yet. So that's gonna
But they will. They said they will.
They say that they will. Yeah. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Really, honestly.
Wait, this is essentially Battlefield without the foot soldiers, like the whole first-person bullshit.
I mean, like there's 3 modes of play, right? There's arcade mode, which is basically just it doesn't matter like in this game, you have to pick first like a country. It's all World War II era based. So you pick either the U.S., Germany, Russia, Japan, or the UK. And depending on the country you pick, you get access basically to their arsenal of tanks, planes, and ships. And you're not limited to just playing that. Just if you pick the Russians, you're stuck playing Russians forever. No, you can switch between each side as you will, basically. But each side basically has its own technology tree that you have to play through to unlock, essentially. So, like for example, right now I'm focusing on Russian aircraft. So I've been playing mostly Russian aircraft. But if I wanted to play Japanese aircraft, I could just switch to that. But I don't have access yet to all the more higher tier planes and that because I haven't been playing as Japanese very much. Same thing with the tanks. It's in the same sense. The more you play with a country, the more you unlock from them.
Is it very deep in terms of customization?
Not really at the moment. You can change the skins. You can put decals. But as far as upgrades go, you're pretty much stuck with regards to changing your ammo loadout, for the most part. But you can buy upgrades for your vehicles, like better engines. You unlock these upgrades, so rather, better engines, better armor, things like that. And they all have an impact on the performance. Like, you can get heavier armor, for example, but your plane will be much slower as a result, So you kind of have to balance it out. It's pretty cool, in that sense. And I feel it's more in depth because you have more access to different kinds of stuff. Like you can have fighters, bombers, a ground attack aircraft. So there's different roles for different things. There's 3 game modes, as I mentioned. There's arcade mode, which is basically doesn't care what country you're in. They just match 2 sets of players, and they're into a map, and they have to complete an objective, like either bomb the enemy base or capture the airfield, whatever. There's simulation mode, there's realistic mode, which which is country versus country and takes place in specific World War II battle scenarios.
Oh, that's what I was about to ask that if they actually made scenarios like real life scenarios.
Yeah, they do.
It's good to know.
And then there's simulation mode, which is like similar to realistic mode, but adds that level of like flight simulationness to the whole experience. So you have to start taking into consideration G-forces and like speed. Like if you go too fast, your wing might break off. Stuff like that.
How does
Can you black out?
Yeah, you can black out.
Supply?
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's actually a good pull.
You can totally black out. And what's cool is you can play like in a cockpit view, and the entire cockpit for most of the aircraft I've played in so far are fully detailed, and all the dials work and stuff. So,
awesome.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool so far. It's a little hard though to find games in realistic mode because like most players are playing as Americans, so. And I have most of my planes are Russians, so I don't really I haven't really tried realistic mode that much, and I definitely haven't tried simulator mode at all because I don't feel I'm good enough to do that, but I should try it at some point. The game is compatible with joystick if you have it, so you can go as hardcore as you want with this,
How long's a match though?
Match can be anywhere from
average.
5 to 15 minutes, I've had matches that go on for 15 minutes or so, or 5 minutes. The respawning, at least in arcade mode, like you basically have, set amount of respawn. So, let's say you decide, okay, I'm gonna go in this map using these 3 aircraft, then each time your aircraft is shut down, you have to move to the next one. So maybe you only have 3 aircraft, yeah.
You have 3 respawns in a sense.
Well, more than that. It depends on how many crews you have, I guess, to man the aircraft in a sense. But it's completely free to play, and I actually have not felt any need or desire to buy premium currency at all. Like there's still pretty good progression without it. I feel like after every game I do accomplish something. Like it's very good in that sense that it rewards you pretty much after every match. You get something. So there's
but
never.
You feel like moving forward instead of like I need to
Yeah.
actually do 3 more matches before I actually
No,
feel like
not at all. Like, it might take a few matches, say, for example, to lock a new plane or a new tank, but,
yeah.
like, between matches, you'll unlock upgrades. So there's always something you're getting, or you're always getting something. And even lower tier aircraft or tanks can take out higher tier tanks. So
Okay.
you don't really feel underpowered, that much. I think they did a very good balancing act. But of course,
What's the limit to the paywall? Like, is the ability to buy stuff on the marketplace, contribute to like you getting stronger with your tanks or your ships?
well,
Like,
they have this thing called convertible research points, which is a really strange currency. It's basically whenever you play, right? Whenever you play a match, you get research points, and that goes to your upgrades to your planes and other things, right? To unlock new stuff.
Okay.
So you have this pool of points called convertible research points, which you can use to basically insta-unlock anything, but you have to pay a X amount with the premium currency. The premium currency also allows you to buy like special aircraft, but they're just basically reskinned versions of existing aircraft, or they're like, oh, you're Russians, but we'll give you like a German aircraft. You know, you can fly a German plane. You know, things like that. So nothing really game destroying or anything like that.
Not to the point where I can stamp War Thunder to a pay-to-win scenario.
Absolutely not. Like, I don't know how it was in World of Tanks if it felt like pay to win there. To be fair, I've not played World of Tanks that much, so I'm not really very familiar with how the system works. But
Is it like, you're saying that you have like 3 ships to like once
what you have
your
basically
ship
is
gets shot
you
down.
basically have a crew. Like each
Okay.
a crew is basically just a slot. Think of it as like a assignment slot for your vehicle, and you can buy. I think you can buy like 5, and then beyond 5 you have to use premium currency to unlock new slots, right? So I'd say at most you would have 5 respawns within a match.
Okay. That makes sense. Actually, it's somewhat similar to when I played World of Tanks. Like, if you play a match, you technically only have 1 respawn.
Right.
Like, you go there
until the round ends.
Until the round ends. If you get shot down early on, well, too bad, right? Like, but the difference with this one is you get shot down. I mean, your tank is blown up. You exit the match. You can't use that tank until it gets repaired, so you're forced to use another tank and then join another game.
Oh,
so
in this one it's not really like that. It's like,
okay,
you get shot
also
down,
for the tanks.
Your tank. Well, let's use tanks for an example. Your tank gets blown up, then that tank is basically you can't use it anymore for that match. So you have to pick another tank. But at the end of the match, your tank.
But you're not getting kicked out of this match. You're
you're not kicked out at all. You're still within. You basically get dumped into your tank selection screen, and then you pick a new tank, and then you're back in.
So like each vehicle has 1 use per match.
Something like that, yeah. But then they have this thing called reserve units, which are like the most basic tank or plane you can get, and that has like.
And those are infinite.
Those are not infinite, but they have like 3 spawns of that same unit. So if you're just starting and you only have that 1 tank, they'll get 3 spawns of that 1 tank.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, because you have 1 tank, like it's kind of unfairness.
Right, but you'll it's the rate of how you unlock a new tank. If you get like maybe 5 kills, you'll easily get a new tank already from that. So, and the tech trees are pretty extensive. Huh? Like there's a lot of tanks and a lot of planes to unlock in this game. So, it's got a lot of meat in it. There's a good variety of mission types too. What makes this game, I think, really stand out is that there's plane and ground force based maps where both land and air work together.
Oh, cool.
So you can have like half your team are tanks and half your team are planes, and you got to work together to accomplish something. So that's the thing is what makes this game really stand out from World of Tanks, which is just tanks, right? And this one, you can actually play like a mixed combined arms scenario.
There's more variety in this one.
Yeah, definitely a lot more variety. I think Carlos is having some problems with his line, but he'll be back in a bit.
Hello.
Yo, man.
There he is. Speaking of which, Are you there, Carlos?
What was I saying?
No, well, I was
Yeah, I'm here. Did you answer my question?
I didn't hear your question. What was your
No,
question?
I was just saying that is it realistic in the sense in the World War, since it's set in the World War One or World War Two?
World War II, and I was just explaining how, unlike World of Tanks or World of Warplanes, which are just tanks or just planes, this one has combined arms maps where some of your team will be tanks and some of your team are going to be planes, and you're going to have to work together to like accomplish something. So for me, that's the coolest part of this game so far, is that you get these maps where you can
objective
based, but also combined arms. It's not just planes and tanks. So it's planes and tanks, if that makes sense. And I'm actually not sure how they're going to combine the ship warfare into it, but from everything I've read, that's in the works for them as well. Yeah, that's all. That's what.
How's the population or the community?
Community's pretty big. I'm never waiting more.
How's the community?
I'm never waiting more than 5 minutes to get into a match. I think this is one of those games that's in really benefit though from having like a Skype or Ventrilo kind of communication, because I can see a lot of potential for like hey, you got someone on your 6, fly towards me, I'll come help you or whatever. I can see a lot of potential for that, but as of yet, I haven't really seen that happening in pubs, and I only play pubs, so yeah.
I'm gonna check it out because it's also available on the PS4 and the PC. I don't think there's any talk about War Thunder hitting Xbox 360 or Xbox One, but right now it's PC, PS4, free to play, like completely free.
Free to play, yeah, completely free to play, no strings attached in this one.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting when it comes to free to play. Like, when it comes to the PS4, there's actually 5 games right off the bat that you can actually download whenever you want. Like, there's DC Universe Online, there's Warframe, there's War Thunder, and Blacklight Retribution. I think PS4 is really pushing the free to play thing. But since we're talking about, you mentioned War Thunder and everything, and then I had a good amount of time with Warframe. How can you really say what is free to play in a sense at this point? Like, it has, like, the whole name has evolved into a point that yes, you can play this game for free, but to some extent, like, you can only enjoy this game to some extent.
Well, to me, I've always felt the free to play model has been rather abused by a lot of developers. EA, for example.
Can I?
It's about to
EA. Oh my God! EA keeps coming out on this podcast.
Well, not just EA. To be fair to EA, it's not just them, but generally speaking, they've been one of the big AAA developers who have sort of abused the free to play model where, sure, you're not paying anything to get started on it, but they hit you with a paywall right away. And to me, that's not really playing a game, like when you're sitting there waiting for 6 hours just to click on something, I don't see how that can be, that much fun.
But don't you think the word free to play is actually pretty misleading if you think about it? Like, you play a game technically to have fun, but once you actually do play this game for free, you're not having fun, you're just being kulit the whole time. Like, buy this, buy that. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I just want to play it, but you're not letting me. That's actually what I feel about free to play every single time. There are some games, of course, that do it right.
Yeah, I think for me the
community is now filled with free to play.
The benchmark free to play game for me is Team Fortress 2. Like, for me, I think that is the best example of a free to play game there is.
Actually, yeah, that's a good example. Yeah,
you can jump in, you can start playing, and you can do well. And you'll have fun without paying a thing. And at the end of the day, if ever you want to pay for anything, it's just to get weapons or hats, which you can get anyways by just playing it.
Yeah, I think the best free to play is like when the game is never, like, the core gameplay is never touched, because that's essentially what Team Fortress does. Like, you can't pay your way into, like, altering, like, getting a little bit of advantage over anything.
Yeah, not at all.
Getting a quick,
Exactly, because actually the thing is the the guns all they're not any better than the default gun, really. They've each got different kinds of powers and abilities, right? So one gun might shoot a little faster.
But there's a drawback.
Yeah, there are drawbacks. So you're never going to lose out for just being naked, so to speak, in Team Fortress 2. With default stuff.
The normal one.
You can still kill, you can still contribute to the team very well in those scenarios.
The overall effect, yeah. And Team Fortress is actually a really good game. It's actually one of those games that I think it's one of those games that actually made free to play an it thing. What was the first ever free to play?
Well, I think free to play
Uh-huh.
really came into vogue. I think with Facebook gaming, with Farmville and Zynga.
Farmville.
Zynga stuff basically. But that's where people, and that's where the problem I think lies, because you start off with a very bad example right away of how to implement it.
Yeah.
I think what Valve did was with Team Fortress 2 is the right way to go about it. And I'm having a hard time actually thinking of other games that have done free to play properly. Although I'm sure there are. But for me,
I can say one right now.
Yeah, go on.
Like Blacklight Retribution. Like if you guys want a free, decent shooter that you don't have to pay, Blacklight Retribution is actually a pretty decent shooter. Like the only time you have to pay, if you really want to, is just to get those attachments or get an extra gun and whatnot. But even if you put that attachment, buy that extra gun, using the same default assault rifle, default gun or knife or whatnot, can still kick anybody's ass who's like paid maybe $30-$40. Well, that's based on what I've experienced. And again, it just goes back to the fact that it just does not affect the core gameplay. It's just more of a cosmetic thing. If you want to have a really cool iron sight or a really cool added, I don't know, like suppressor or whatever, like fine. But it will not make you like a better, a one-up against another player.
Yeah.
From what I experienced. Yeah. And, well, of course, there are good, there's another good ones also, I think, is League of Legends, like the MOBAs, like Dota 2. Like, well, I know, actually, Dota 2 is actually better compared to League of Legends, because League of Legends, can I say League of Legends pay to win? No, man. Depends on the balancing.
That's not really. How is it? How would you say it's pay to
No,
win?
it's like in League of Legends, it's free to play. You can play the game, but you have to buy the heroes.
Your characters.
Well, yeah. But that's true. And
the reason why I say it's pay to win is because there'll be a point where that hero is very overpowered because of its stats. And if you buy that, then you'll have a little bit of an upper hand, and then you'll have to wait for a patch to maybe tone it down and whatnot. So some people, it changes every now and then, but every once in a while, like, you will buy that because that guy is very overpowered. You know what I mean? Well, it feels overpowered. And it's mostly when a hero is released, that's kind of how I'm seeing it. That's how Riot's way of making incentive, like, oh, this guy looks really strong, I'm gonna buy him, and then, I'm gonna do a really good number on the opposing team. So I think, I haven't been in League of Legends for a while, but I think it's sort of pay to win in a way, but not like in Dota 2 where the only money that can be used is just for strictly costumes and skins.
Right.
You can't buy heroes. You can't really add to the overall effect of your character. Dota 2 is pretty much the same boat as Team Fortress 2. The core gameplay has never changed. It's just the outer shell is what you can do.
It's all cosmetics.
Change. It's all cosmetics. And I guess League of Legends also works, and Dota 2 also works. It just depends on how you do it properly. And like Mafia, not Mafia, Farmville. We all played Farmville.
I did not.
No, you did not.
Never played Farmville ever.
No, but it's was that enticing to buy stuff to make it an easier game? That's another incentive for people to play. Like, you're playing to free the game, but if you want to actually speed up your process, just like
for some people it definitely is, but like for me, I never saw for me the gameplay of Farmville in itself was already very weak. So for me, I never felt the need to
play. Okay, no, let's change it up then. Games that are very grindy, so to speak. Like, how do I say what's grindy? Here's a good example. Battlefield 4. It's not a free-to-play game. but it's definitely one of those games where it takes a while to complete, like get all the items for like your specific
guns
class,
and
which
shit.
is my class. Yeah, it's just like free to play out of the picture first. Like the whole idea of spending more money just to speed up your process. Because I remember in Battlefield 3, it took me like hours to finish to get everything from the assault. But of course, EA being EA, they just flash this little thing up. You can pay $2 and everything will be unlocked for you. Has any of you done that? Like
Me, no.
hey,
I've
grab
never.
those packages just for that little, because I don't have enough time to play.
It's
No,
never been that much of an incentive for me, actually. Like, for me, a good free-to-play game is a game that doesn't make me feel like I need to buy something in order to do well, you know? That to me is what would define a good free-to-play game.
But also actually, it's a very weird balance because you actually want. Am I right though? You actually also want to have that really strong grind just to make people keep playing. Like this will take a while to get this one.
If a game is wanting you to actually do the grind, then it's a good game, I'd say.
Yeah.
But if it's a game that you don't want to grind in, but you feel like you need that thing to progress, like it's literally blocking your progress.
Right.
And that's a bad way to handle free to play.
That's actually pretty true. It was actually a pretty interesting article because in Google they're actually changing how they interpret free to play in their online and Android market. Because
they're doing it like the Europeans.
What do you mean,
where if it's not completely free to play, you can't put the word free to play on it.
Which makes sense if you think about it. Like, it's very misleading because not many people will actually know when you say, because like when you say free to play, okay, it's free to play. Like, there's nothing I have to do and there's nothing to purchase. But once they play it, then they see these paywalls and whatnot, and it's pretty much misleading in a sense.
It's good because back, like, for especially newcomers who don't know what the term free to play is now, like before when I first got into this, I was like, oh, free to play, that's cool. But now I'm like, what's the catch?
Right.
It's free to play, but what are you gonna block my progress? Are you gonna throw ads in my face? Which one is it gonna be, right? So with it having like an honest title now, at least for those who don't know, it would be easier for them to understand the differences between the paywalls and the real free to play games.
Yeah, the Google will take several initiatives to try to make this like more consumer friendly with the word free, because there's a like you said, the Europeans are asking Google to change how they market these apps, make it really not misleading. Yeah, so it's also those games where it's either a game that has paywalls where you, in order to progress, you have to pay or whatever, or those, like, every single match you will be flashed a freaking ad, because that's just how people earn money out of free-to-play games. Do you think it is a decline? Like, people are getting what free-to-play is?
I think consumers are getting smarter about it. Like, they're definitely
like
getting.
People are not getting confused, they're not getting fooled by the free word once they see it. Like when they check their apps or they check their consoles or PC, when they see free, they're not instantly, ooh, I want to try this because it's free anyway.
Yeah.
It's still it's still like, is it a good game? Will it be worth my time? Because it's now, I think it has come to in my head where even if it's free, I don't anymore. Because before, like when free to play started, when I see a free game, I will download it because it's free anyway. I want to try it out. But it's so sad. It's so flooded with free to play games. It's now come to a point where, it's a free game. Is it worth my time to play it? You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
Like how we come, I guess it comes with a decline because people, like you said, are getting smarter. They're choosing which games are worth downloading and worth giving at least 10 to 15 minutes if this is worth the investment or worth the grind. Because all the free-to-play games have that sense of grinding. And I felt that in the start. Even freaking Mafia Wars. You guys played that one? Like in the Facebook?
I have not either.
Mafia Wars still? You didn't play any game in Facebook?
I think that during the time that was big, I had no internet for 6 months at home. So, what was that?
God.
Like 2009.
Yeah. Was it 2000? Oh, yeah. But yeah, free to play. It's I don't know. Give us your thoughts about free to play games.
Just
It has evolved.
one thing I want to add
Yeah.
though. Actually, I don't think it really has. To counter
You
that.
think it hasn't?
No, because I feel a lot of developers are still they get seduced for from the potential money. They look at Zynga like, oh man, look at those guys, how much money those guys made free to play. And they want to do it
I
also.
think it's not doing so well anymore.
Not anymore, yeah, but that's why it's. I always felt the free to play thing was a bubble waiting to burst. Make a good game, and people are going to be willing to pay you for it. End of story. Don't try to nickel and dime your customers.
You think that bubble has already popped, or is it just it's about to happen? Because I think it popped already.
I think it popped for a few companies like Zynga, but look at how Valve handled theirs. The way Dota has cosmetics, and look, it made what $10 million worth.
11 now.
Sports thing. See?
Apparently, you can still contribute to the overall pool of Dota 2's invitation. It only stops accepting donations once the tournament has ended.
God damn.
So it's 10.9 million. And dude, the second place, he shouldn't feel bad because he wins millions still.
That's still millions, man. Exactly.
It's still millions. It's crazy. And I think the first placer will win 5 million because pretty much the top 10 will get money out of their placing, and the first placer will get 5 million, and I think the second place will get 1 million, and then it goes down from there. We're talking about Dota 2, of course. It's the Invitational that's happening this week. I think when you're listening to this episode, it's already done. But the reason why we're mentioning this is because it's one of the biggest prize pool ever in esports history. It's pretty much 10 million up for grabs for these big top professional players.
And it's crowdfunded as well.
And it's crowdfunded, yeah. Valve is just smart. Gabe Newell is just smart. He's just glorious and smart. But yeah, I think the free to play bubble has burst. Because in my head, I actually prefer buying games now than actually spending time on a free to play game. Like there's actually a few exceptions, like maybe Hearthstone or like Team Fortress or Dota 2. But stuff like, I don't know, Dungeon Keeper or even Warframe, it's starting to feel very grindy, not worth my time.
Right.
I'd rather have because Warframe is a really cool game, for example, but I'd rather spend maybe $15 to have everything unlocked, and then just play it with a community and whatnot. It's just there are some games where I'd rather buy it. I don't have to get the whole grind.
Let's get to some news real quick as we keep going. First up, we got some news from Xbox. Is this a rumor or is this been confirmed?
It's pretty much someone has reported there's a memo was sent by Phil Spencer saying that they are considering on closing down the Xbox's programming division. Which is simply
the TV programming division, right? This is not the. Okay, what were they making? I mean, is this really such a big loss for us? I know they were responsible for making some of the Halo stuff, but I can't think of anything else that they may have made.
No, from what I understand is he's considering of closing down.
No,
he's considering closing this division. But the ones that are already announced, like Halo, the Halo TV series, I forgot what it's called, the TV series for Quantum Break, and there's also other projects that Xbox was considering. Those are still ongoing. I think that he will have those teams do his work, but I think having a division for future projects, I think he's thinking about closing it. Because Phil Spencer is saying that he wants to have Xbox completely focus on
gaming.
Just on gaming, yeah. I would like to say this is one of Phil Spencer's way of doing another 180, just to change all of Xbox One's plans in the future. Because it's as much as Microsoft wants Xbox One to be the number one entertainment system, like the number one hub. we don't want a very exclusive TV series as much as Halo series is pretty cool. We'll put that in. But I think with your question, is it a big loss? Not really. It's not really a big loss. We won't really be that affected by it. But it really shows that Xbox is really just trying to pick up the pace. Like they're just trying to like pick up whatever glass has fallen. Like they're just trying to recuperate, get back in the game, and really just focus on what people, why people buy an Xbox, which is pretty much games. So they're just taking they're trying to remove all that fodder, all that DRM crap, all that whole TV stuff. They take out Kinect, because that's how they sold Xbox One. That's how they were selling Xbox One when they announced it. They had the whole TV thing, they had the whole Kinect thing, and then
Right.
the whole idea that.
Don't you feel this is still a little premature, considering they haven't released anything yet, and he's already trying to close it down?
Yeah, it's like I said, he's considering that it's not an actual up or closing it down. Like we may be consider of closing down the system. So it's like them letting the employees know that this is in consideration. This might happen. You know what I mean? Like this is something that they might do in a couple of months. Mm-hmm. So it's set in stone. The reason why we're mentioning it right now is the fact that it looks like Xbox and Xbox head Phil Spencer is making a lot of changes in order for them to pick up the space in sales and whatnot and make Xbox, I guess, a bigger brand. I don't know. For me, it's another 180. There is now Xbox One has now come out to be just a new Xbox. Period. That's it. There's nothing special about it. Kinect is now out of the water. It's not anymore online crap. It's just another Xbox. It's just not. There's nothing. Is that okay? Does Xbox need something else, or was it always missing something?
I think
because now it's just bare bone. Bam! It's an Xbox. It's just with a one now. That's what it is.
I do feel. I don't know. I feel it's good that Phil Spencer is refocusing Xbox on gaming because at the end of the day, yeah. But at the same time, I do feel it's a little bit premature to want to close off this division without giving it a chance to, whether it'll work out or if it won't work out,
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know, maybe we're taking this a little bit out of context because this is still kind of rumory, I guess. But,
yeah.
I'm hoping at least we get a chance to see the Halo TV show and the Quantum Break TV show. For all we know, those might be awesome shows. I mean, they could be complete shit too. But we won't know until someone tries. And, at the very least they are trying. So that's my thoughts on it.
Well, I guess you can start to really show that, with Phil Spencer now on helm, as the Xbox head, he really is, there's a lot of changes that have to be done in order, for Xbox One to really thrive. And you can see the difference between, the influence with Don Matrick and Phil Spencer. Well, Don Matrick was more was really trying to get the casual side, where now Phil Spencer's now is trying to maintain the core gamer side. That's why I see the difference between these two people. And now the Kinect is gone. Can I say Kinect is gone? I don't know. I'm seeing now reports that since they've already announced the price reduction, no more Kinect, it's $100 cheaper. They're now reporting that Xbox One sales have doubled since that announcement. That's not. Is that a good thing? Well, of course it's a good thing because you have more units sold, but it's all the innovations are just now scrapped. Kinect is scrapped. Well, not scrapped, but it's divided from the core package. Do you think Kinect will actually live now with this kind of announcement? If it's actually selling better without it?
Well, they are releasing the Kinect on PC now as a dev tool.
I don't know.
So it's not anymore it's not anymore.
I never was a fan of it because it felt like they were initially it felt like they were forcing it down on everyone, and no one likes that. I'm still okay with it being available. If they can prove, if someone out there can make a game that makes me go, yo, I want to Kinect to play this game, then I want I want the availability of it there so I can do that if ever.
They never had that kind of game, no? Where I want to Kinect just because I want to play it.
Yeah, I mean the closest that came to it was the dancing games, basically.
Dance Central. Yeah. Well, I don't know. For me, I wasn't that to that, but that was the big selling point to a lot.
Yep. But other than that, it hasn't really been a big one way. I don't have any strong feelings for it one way or another at this point.
But yeah, that's what's happening with Microsoft, and I think as much as they're like retracting all their marketing buzzwords and all their, because even they're not even doing the cloud thing anymore. They're not even talking about the whole cloud thing.
Oh gosh,
Like,
yeah, I remember that.
they're not. It really just feels like they're all doing a 180. They're really just changing up Xbox One, and hopefully it comes up better. So far, sales are up it's doubled. So it's doing something.
Definitely
It's
doing
actually pretty
something
effective.
good.
Yeah.
Definitely doing
So
something good.
so that's Xbox One. We'll see. We will see. Fatal Frame. Let's talk a little bit about Fatal Frame.
Yes,
Because
it's been announced for the Wii U in Japan, and amazing.
I think we've already talked about it, but I think this is really officially like up
This
here
is
now.
this is the official trailer has been shown finally. We did discuss it a bit. I'm not, it was sort of on our wish list though, like kind of, yeah, I hope they make this game, but now they finally like confirmed that yes, we are making this sort of a game, so fantastic. Fantastic. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this game has. Cause Fatal Frame is just, it's fucking Fatal Frame. Can't wait.
Yeah, and it looks pretty. It kind of does. Like it's pretty much just Japanese. Well, I don't know. I really don't know the talk. It's just a Japanese trailer, and it seems. I don't know. I was never too scared about Fatal Frames to begin with. It's funny that I didn't. If you watch the trailer, you wouldn't think it's a Fatal Frame until you see the camera. I think, or maybe that's just me.
Like, do you feel it seems like just a
Typical,
generic survival horror game?
yeah.
That's the vibe you're getting from it. I see.
So it's just so far it's confirmed only for Japan. There's no Western release, and it's a so-so announcement. It's exciting for some people who are already into Fatal Frame, but I don't think this will make any budge into like the Wii U sales as much as it's doing well thanks to Mario Kart and whatnot. But it's good to hear that there's a horror game coming out, especially Fatal Frame moving forward into the franchise. So yeah, so Fatal Frame is coming this year in Japan, and we'll see if we'll have a Western release on next year.
I hope it does get a Western release. The Fatal Frame on the Wii never came out in the West for whatever reason. So it'll be.
Can I say that Japan has a lot of great games that we just are sadly missed because they just don't want us to port it?
Yeah, and I don't understand why in a lot of cases. Like, it's not like Fatal Frame was too Japanesey that like, oh, those stupid Westerners are never gonna understand it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's just them being, I don't know, Nintendo. Just Nintendo being dumbasses, I guess.
Yeah, so there are Fatal Frames happening. I also want to make a quick mention because I already made my impressions on The Wolf Among Us, the full season 1. Actually, I think there's only one season. I don't think we'll see a season 2 for Wolf Among Us because The Wolf Among Us from Telltale Games is actually a prequel to the comics. So if you actually want to continue the story, just read the comics, right? It's getting a retail release later this year. So for those who are considering in jumping into this episodic storytelling game, you can wait for the retail. There's no price range, but I think
what console is it going to be on PC, Xbox? What did they?
all previous gen and PC, which is PS3, Xbox 360, and PC.
There we go. That's great. That sounds.
And actually no. Yep, it's PS4 and Xbox One. So there, no Wii U. Sorry.
No Wii U again.
No Wii U. So the Wolf again. So it's coming out in pretty much next current gen and previous gen plus PC. It should be around 1,000 pesos, just like how when Walking Dead came out in retail here. It's just around $1,000 for 5 episodes. It's about worth it. Another quick mention, I want to talk about another Telltale Games. If you guys are anxious to check out episode 4, I think. Yeah, it's episode 4. It's coming out on July 22, which is actually, if you're listening to this podcast, it should be out now. It's this week. So that's episode 4. We have one episode left, which is the finale for season 2. And I'm not too excited about it, sadly.
Have you played the first?
Yeah,
season 2?
I'm up to the 3rd already.
Okay.
I'm just like what I mentioned, I think 2 episodes down. I'm still like baffled on what Clementine had to do as a child in season 2. Like, you're forced to be the leader. You're forced to make the decisions. But you're just a child. I just can't. I don't know. I can't shake that thought. I'm a child. Stop giving me these decisions. Let me just be a child. But there. Let's go on something, I don't know, serious, but not so serious. Metal Gear Solid 5, we all know what that is. It's a very, I don't know, Metal Gear Solid has always been an ambitious game. And it's a highly ambitious game. Pretty game. Too pretty, and to the point that actually news medias are actually using screenshots of Metal Gear Solid 5 for their coverages. Because there was actually an interview on this news media for child soldiers, because they were actually interviewing a child soldier, and then they're actually flashing out screenshots of Metal Gear Solid 5, and it's actually pretty funny because what, did they think it was real? Is it?
I don't know. Actually, it's weird, but I remember seeing this. I saw this news, and I was like, what? This is really, I have no idea what to think about it, actually.
This kind of thing has happened before, though, where...
Is it the first time? Because it is a news...
No, I believe this has happened before, where whoever does the video editing for said news company, like, uses stock footage from things that aren't real. Like, I'm sure scenes from a video game cutscene have been used in real-life things, like this being mistaken as something that exists, or like being mistaken for a real life thing.
This is a media
was it
called
Fox?
Russia Today. No, it's from Russia. Russia
Good
Today.
job, Russia.
And they were just interviewing a real life child soldier who's now obviously old, a war child, from what I'm seeing. They're pretty much, he's now older, and they're doing an interview, and they're posting they're flashing images, which is pretty much Metal Gear Solid 5, and the screenshot is pretty much like a bunch of kids with AKs, and they're like hanging in a tank.
Yeah, which was a scene from the trailer, if people don't recall properly.
Yeah, are we overreacting? I think we're overreacting. It's just like, they made a mistake, cool, but it doesn't really affect their media. It's just them not being well aware on where they're getting the sources.
Yeah,
but they're still at point.
I'm
what
sure
they're talking about. Like, they're still talking
positive.
about our child.
I'm positive this has happened before, so it's not nothing really new.
It's Metal Gear Solid 4 naman. But
MGS 5 is just that realistic, guys.
It's that good, Kojima.
To next
the children, the Fox engine was just that realistic to the point that they are now newsworthy in media. But that's just funny and a little laugh. Another quick mention I want to throw out there. Yes, for those who are checking out still Hearthstone, the expansion is coming out this week. You actually get one free wing. So
free wing?
Because when the expansion comes out, it's Curse of Naxxramas, and that PvE, like it's like a campaign like for solo play. You go through each wing. Like a wing is pretty much like a stage or a dungeon.
I gotcha.
And it's a path that each wing is. I think it costs around maybe. I have to double check on the price, but it maybe costs you around $7 per wing. And actually no, $5 to $7. It hasn't been a full price, but they're ranging from $5 to $7. Or you use 700 gold to purchase the wing. And so the first of the 5 wings will be free for you guys to check it out, and it should be up and running within the week. It says July 23, but you never know. So, but check out July 23, or check it out now. Another thing I want to mention, another thing I want to mention is EA again. Because Sims 4...
What have they done now?
I don't know. When we talk about Sims 4 the whole time, we give no choice but to bash it.
We heard
There's no choice but to bash it.
We heard something about this.
Sims 4, they're not talking about a Sims 4 Premium.
A Sims 4 Premium, not to mention all the stuff they've removed, has expanded as well. Now they're removing a lot. We talked about this before. They were removing swimming pools, I think the toddler life cycle, and now, excuse me. Now they're also now they're also removing no create a style. There will be no terrain editing. There will be no 64-bit client. It's not really a removal, but it just seems weird, considering most new computers nowadays are 64-bit clients. There's a nerfed story progression. All in all, this sounds like a really... I don't know what EA is thinking, but it sounds like it's going to be terrible.
That's bullshit.
Do you have any feelings about The Sims at all? I mean...
Are they really taking out the entire swimming pool? Because what I've been hearing is they're taking out the ladders and shit.
No, what is left in Sims 4?
It's weird. Well, apparently you can laugh to death, as we saw in the E3 trailer.
You never know. It might be a DLC.
Laughing to death is DLC.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't get it though. Like, this engine better be so fucking amazing. Like, it should be like Her. You know the movie? It should be like that. It better be that fucking amazing, because they're taking out a lot of shit that doesn't seem like it would take a lot of effort to put there, but considering that it's already been done in the past Sims games.
Yeah, and knowing EA, they're probably already in the game, just being locked away.
Wait, so you already talked about, like, there's no work lots, there's no store lots, there's no terrain, there's no toddler life, there's no pools, no 64-bit client. It doesn't sound like a game that is worthy of having a 4, because these
Wait,
features,
so even the 64-bit client is a premium?
No, it's not.
No, it's just not there.
It's not there yet.
Oh god.
It's not a premium. It's just not there.
Can you imagine if they sold that as a premium too? Holy!
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised, but my god, if it comes out that way, it'll be hilarious.
Stop giving them ideas.
Yeah, they're not listening to us. They hate us already, based on what
we bash them all the time. I can't remember the last time we actually said anything good about EA.
Yes, thinking about that. Let's think about that for a minute. I don't think.
When was the last time?
Nope, there's none.
When was the last time we said anything good about EA?
And we're trying hard. I don't know. I'm trying hard to find something good to say about EA. I think the only thing I can say is good to EA is the fact that they made Mass Effect and Dragon Age happen. But that's it.
That's it. And then they fucked up the ending.
And then they fucked up the ending, and they gave us a city for Dragon Age 2. I mean, it's just like, at least they've made those franchises. That's what I'm happy. That's what I'm thankful for with EA. But I don't want to stop bashing. I want to start bashing. But Sims 4, I don't understand Sims 4. I really don't. Sims 3 seems like a game that if you have all the expansions, you're good. You're very good. It feels like if you buy Sims 4, you just wasted all your money for the expansions because you just got stripped of all your powers. That's what it sounds like. You got stripped of. It's like playing a sequel, and then like on the beginning you have all your powers, and all of a sudden you get stripped away because of something happened. And
well, that's actually also been one big, not really a complaint about the Sims games, but the fact that EA releases like 1 billion expansion packs for them, because what tends to happen is, with each expansion pack that comes out, the game essentially loses a lot of its performance, because it's loading up so much more shit that it slows the whole thing down. But yeah,
it's full bullshit. Because I doubt it. Like we're in a position already where you can. I don't know. It's the first time I've ever heard a game where because of how awesome our engine is or whatnot, we're kind of forced to scrap some features. I've never seen a sequel where they have to start scrapping shit. Like, we have to remove this, we have to remove that. And it's starting to look like they're removing everything.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. It's horrible. And of course, and to make it much worse, Battlefield 4 Battlefield actually has the whole premium thing where you get expansions if you subscribe to the premium content or whatnot. Sims 4 will have something like that. You will just pretty much save up on the new packs that will come out, and then you'll actually also get those content early it's early access, and then you'll get exclusive items. It's just only 3 new packs if you actually do this whole premium for Sims 4. Yay!
Hooray! Well, again, we're not Sims players. Like, I know there's a huge community that loves The Sims.
We're actually the worst person to actually talk about Sims 4 because We'll be honest. We don't really play Sims 4. We don't play Sims.
Sims.
I did enjoy Sims 3. It was pretty fun, but I played it. Like I said before, I played it really different. Like I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it the way people are supposed to play this game. But I had fun with it.
Mm.
But hopefully someone can shed light on the whole Sims thing. Send us an email and all that, because maybe I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I really think that if you have Sims 3 and all the expansions, you're good. And you just have to wait until Sims 4, all the expansions also come out as well, and then maybe that's when you can jump ship and go on to the new one.
And we have to kind of wait and see also, like, what the fuck is they talking about with this new, like, AI of theirs, because, from everything we've seen, like, there's just nothing interesting about. I don't know, man. There's just nothing that blows me away here. And this is what they're touting us to be the next gen aspect of The Sims.
Yeah, man. I haven't played Sims since the first game, and even that had swimming pools.
Exactly.
So, I don't know.
Dude.
Exactly.
Swimming pools are important. Swimming pool ladders are important.
Yeah, killing Sims that way was super fun.
It was the defining moment. It was like hitting puberty if you did that to your Sim in a Sims game. If you kill a Sims.
I honestly didn't know that they couldn't get out without a ladder. Because there's also, like, remember Sims 1 had stairs as well, like pool stairs or something.
You can actually kill someone by locking himself up on the second floor. Oh, no, wait, no, you can, yeah. You can actually.
And they just get hungry.
Yeah, they try to go down, but it's not possible. So they just keep rolling and rolling around on the second floor until they die. We're bad people. We're very bad people, and that's the reason why we're the worst persons to talk about Sims, because we're not doing it right.
Yeah,
we're thinking about the ways to kill.
For a guy who's never played Sims since the first game, Sims 4 does not sound appealing at all, and it's sounding even less appealing the more stuff they reveal.
And we'll say this again, like they're blaming the lack of features, technology, and systems, because they spend so much time building such technology that, like, maybe pools and toddlers can't be included in the standard game.
Well, they need to make something DLC. They need to leave some stuff out for DLC, or remember expansions?
I'm gonna call it now. It's gonna be a swimming pool. It's gonna be a swimming pool party expansion.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a pool party set or something.
Yeah, Jimmy's pool party set expansion pack.
It's gonna be so dumb.
Toddlers and swimming pool included now.
Oh boy.
$5.99
each.
Pre-order now.
Pre-order now for a free DLC. Yeah. Fuck you, EA, and fuck you what you're doing to all these franchises in the name of a quick buck.
Straight up. Moving on. Enough of the hate. We're done with EA. We're done with our daily dose of EA hate. I want to talk about Namco.
You want to talk about? Oh well, let's talk about Evo and talk about Namco. So Namco revealed a new game on a new sequel. Really, they revealed Tekken 7.
It was so shocking. I didn't expect that to happen.
Tekken 7 was revealed at Evo, and this was sort of revealed by accident, apparently, right?
Yeah.
From what we understand, like essentially it got leaked.
So they say.
Yeah, the official announcement was supposed to take place before the Ultra Street Fighter 4 Top 8. But the day before that, it was leaked, and apparently it's going to run on Unreal 4 for quote-unquote easy porting.
Oh.
Easy porting, okay.
Which you were talking about a while ago, that it's possible that we can see Tekken 7 on PC.
Yeah, it's rumored that it's coming to PC as well, so... as long as it runs at 60 frames, I'm fine.
As long as there's no lag.
Let me just ask a question. Is the FGC, like, big on the PC? Because I've always felt fighting games are best at home on consoles.
Yeah, but there are people out there who play on PC. Like, even Mike Ross, I believe, played Street Fighter 4 on his PC for the longest time.
That's right, when he was still, like, being Honda.
Yeah, and his Xbox died. So he stopped Super for a long time because it got the AE patch really late. So there are.
And it's not like it's a rare occurrence where we see fighting games being ported to the PC. Like it's still a good some like Mortal Kombat, Injustice.
Yeah,
We
even
have
Blast
Skullgirls.
PC.
That's true.
Yeah,
Blood is on PC.
so
Yeah.
the fact that all those really know, even Street Fighter, for that matter, like all those fighting games go to the PC platform. Meaning there's a community. There are people there playing it. They don't just do this because they just hope that there's a community. They know there's someone there that wants to buy it.
Yeah, and didn't King of Fighters 13 just get a new life on PC?
Did it? I have no idea about that.
And apparently it has amazing netcode.
Okay.
No, but can I confirm? But can I confirm this though? Like since we mentioned that, doesn't it seem like Tekken's the only fighting game that did not go to PC? Can I say that?
I guess I don't remember. On PC.
Yeah, I don't remember any like Tekken game coming to the PC. Aside, like, 'cause Street Fighter obviously has a PC already, like, and then we have all the other games like Injustice, Mortal Kombat.
Well, apart
They've
from
thrown
Marvel versus Capcom never went to PC either, but
Yeah, that's right.
no, but a Namco game,
Yeah.
or a Tekken for that matter.
I think no Namco game has ever gone to PC. Soul Calibur has not gone.
Yeah, there's no Soul Calibur PC. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that new whatever Gundam looking thing is going to be the first.
That might be. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What's
Rise of the
called?
Incarnates.
Yeah, I keep thinking Rise of the Imperfects.
That's what I keep
That's
thinking
Marvel
of as
game.
well.
That's probably Rise of the Incarnates. It's a PC game. Correct me if I'm wrong. A 2v2 battle arena, third
Third-person competitive.
Yeah.
Something like that.
From Namco. So that's happening too. But yeah, Tekken 7 was announced. Let's go back to that little teaser trailer, which pretty much confirmed that the Kazuya family is still fighting each other.
Kazuya's playable, I guess.
I don't
know.
I don't even understand the story of Tekken anymore. It's just like everyone hates each other.
No. I've always known that Tekken is all about up. I hate your father. I hate my father more, and they're all in the same family.
Tekken used to be about throwing your child off a cliff.
Or your father.
Or your other father. Or your grandfather.
And then 3 had Jin being spit on by Ogre, which gave him devil powers or something stupid like that.
Spit on?
Yeah, that tattoo on his shoulder was from a fireball from Ogre.
Or from whatever.
Oh, I thought he really spit and it was pretty much like acid to him. Or I don't know. That was a weird picture in my head. That was a weird picture in my head. But yeah, I guess the trailer was it felt raw, for one. It really felt raw, and I guess it just couldn't...
As well.
Sorry, what?
It was all CG, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it was also CG, but it confirmed, Kazuya's mommy might be a playable character.
And
what's her name again?
We don't know. She'll be a new character, if ever.
It's gonna start with a K or something stupid like that.
Kim Kazuya. Or whatever.
I think they did announce her name, but it sounded so stupid I didn't remember.
Yeah.
Well, as long as they keep all our favorites, then I'm happy.
Here.
You know?
Kazuki.
Kazuyi?
Kazumi with an M.
God.
I felt a little bit disappointed because I wanted to see Tekken X Street Fighter, the very like non-existent game that they were announced, but they're still not showing anything. I was expecting that.
They said was canceled. Man, I was rooting for that like the whole time. And Harada did say during EVO that apparently Tekken 7 wasn't the game he was supposed to reveal, and that it's only one of the titles that he's currently working on. So there's still hope.
Yeah, there's still hope. But and to be honest, I really think that Tekken 7 is actually too early. Like I think Tekken Tag 2 tournament is like it has a lot of life in it. Can I say that though? Like, is it like can Tag tournament and another Tekken can live one alongside each other?
Yeah, for sure.
Because it feels like the same game. It's just an added character per team, per side. If you think about it.
It depends on how Tekken 7 plays, because Tag 2 plays a lot like 6, but then 6 played differently from 5 because of the whole bound mechanic.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If they change it up a bit in 7, it might...
Maybe.
They can coexist, but if they're too similar, then one will replace the other eventually.
But yeah, Tekken 7 is happening. There's no other information about it. Only from the fact that there's the Unreal 4 and there is family issues. between the Kazuya clan.
There's always family issues in
There's
Tekken.
always family in Tekken. Let's stick back to Evo. Because there's now a winner, and the reason why we want to talk about the Street Fighter winner, because there's a lot of firsts. There's a lot of firsts to happen in that tournament. Because Luffy, a guy from Europe, was, well, of course, the first ever European to win Evolution 2014, as well as the first ever Rose player to win Evolution 2014. Also, the first female to win Evolution 2014 in Street Fighter.
The female character, not the player.
The female character. Like apparently we've always had a male character win the Evo. And I guess I can also say this, that he's also the first player to win Evo with the DualShock 1 controller.
I do like the fact though for Street Fighter 4 the Evo winner is always a different character. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. That's the reason why
it's never the same character.
It's never the same character, and that's why I hats off to Capcom, because they are doing so well with the Street Fighter community. They're keeping it fresh and exciting, and it's like you don't know who will win. Like this year, Daigo didn't even make top 8, or even Fred didn't even make top 32. And Justin Wong was not in top 18. Like there's a whole different list of people that was in top 10 or top 8. Sorry. And that just shows.
Luffy beat the last year's champ on stream as well in pools.
Yep.
That's pretty hype.
Yeah. I should watch that match. Yeah, Gen versus Rose. And like our last champion was Gen, a character which is considered to be one of the worst ones, I think.
I think there was a Fei Long at some point before that.
Yeah, Fudo I think won at one point.
Yeah, Seth won also with Punko.
Yeah, Punko, a Korean won Evo. Wait, the Korean one, did Punko win?
Yeah, Punko won one, I believe.
Okay. And then I think Daigo won eventually. But have we ever had a Yun and Yang win? I mean, an actual Yun? I don't think so.
No, I think he got nerfed before Evo, so when AE came out.
Were there any Decapre players or new character players for this?
I think the highest new player was actually Rolento, I think.
I believe I saw a lot of poisons on stream as well. But I don't know, I didn't watch a lot of SF pools. But aside from those winning, the next crowd favorite was Snake Eyes, who played Zangief. And that was pretty intense.
Which is also a bad player, I think.
Yeah, and I was not expecting to see Geef at top anything at Evo. Street Fighter.
And he was very legit. The guy.
Yeah, he took out Ricky Ortiz, which their Rufuses are known to kill Zangiefs. The EG guys are trained.
Yeah, for those who know Ricky Ortiz, he's one of the best Rufus characters, and like what Mei was saying, that character is supposed to counter Geef really hard, and apparently he found a way to make a win out of it, and he's now top 8, a grappler in top 8. And that was pretty hype.
I believe.
Top 3?
Something like that? Yeah.
No, I don't think it was top 3. I think Fudo was top 3.
Losers?
He was playing as losers, and he fought Luffy, which Luffy knocked out.
Also, it was the losers finals.
Yeah, and I think and then Luffy, correct me if I'm wrong, also knocked out Fudo on losers. I think, yeah, and then I don't know. That's another thing that's actually pretty hype. Luffy, the champion now, actually came out in the losers bracket, which for those who don't know, if you're in the losers side, you have to win 2 sets.
Yeah,
you have to win 2 sets. Yeah. And the winner only has to win 1. So they're obviously the one on the winner's bracket has an advantage. And Luffy definitely earned that because he came from the bottom. He came from the loser's bracket. He won each one. That was really hype. That was really exciting. But yeah, like what Will said, I like the fact that there's always a new champion every year. Hopefully, I'm excited for next year because I don't know. Top 8 also is very diverse. There's no dominant character as well. Like we just had Zangief, we had Rose, we had Sagat, we had.
Oh yeah, we had Sagat in
Fei Long
winners.
And Sagat hasn't really been a dominant character since Vanilla. Well, in
Yeah, and
vanilla
then
he killed everything. I remember that, but like they nerfed him so
yeah,
hard.
when you do an uppercut with Sagat, you lose half your life. That's what happens. And if you counter hit, it's even worse. But yeah, Evo was actually pretty hype. I might put the finals match on the description below because that was actually a very exciting match. You understand why like me and Migs loves talking about it a lot because it's really big.
Well, to be fair, for a game that's, 6 years old,
Mm.
Yeah, it's 6 years
know
old.
how to beat the top characters, like no matter what
Yep.
version it is. So that probably plays a lot into it. But it's nice seeing like the weird low tier characters winning Evo, or at least not
Yeah,
the most
for sure.
famous ones. So that's cool.
It goes to show that just if you're comfortable with your controls and if you're comfortable with your character, you can win. You just have to learn the matchups and whatnot. And I love Street Fighter. It's such a good thing to play and watch.
All of the Evo finals all of the Evo top 8s were pretty exciting.
That's true. Yeah. And I think that's it for episode 41. Is there anything else you guys want to mention before we close it off?
Smash Bros. Man.
Rap, you are right. There is another
right
one.
After Evo, Nintendo revealed, 3 characters, but one of them was an older returning character.
Okay.
For joining the new Smash Bros. 4, and they reconfirmed Captain Falcon, finally. And they revealed 2 characters from Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS. It's Lucina and Robin, the creator character.
Like characters I'm not familiar with at all because I haven't played Fire.
I haven't played Fire. Yeah, I haven't played Fire Emblem.
So Lucina is the girl who looks just like Marth and pretended to be Marth in the Fire Emblem game.
Mm.
And I believe Robin is the creator character that you play as, like your main
default look.
Yeah, with the default look, and in Smash Bros. You will have both genders available as a palette swap. So that's neat.
Well, since you mentioned that, do you think Smash Brothers has like a lot of like too many of a specific game? Like
that's like 4 Fire Emblem characters, and 2 of them.
Yeah.
Marth and Lucina have the same moveset. That kind of sucks.
That's kind of weird, and
it's cool.
Like, I thought it was weird enough already. Like you have like Zelda, Link, and Young Link, and then you have Zelda and Sheik. Like it's so much Zelda, and then now there's so much Mario.
We're separated now, which before they were like under one character. But the whole Toon Link coming back is. I thought we were done with clone characters. Apparently,
you think we're done though? You think we're done with the whole character announcements for Smash Brothers?
I'm okay with this announcement as long as they keep announcing more characters.
You think there's more to come? You think they have a lot more in store?
If they stop announcing, I hope there's going to be a lot more unlockable characters. Because previous games they announced a lot of stuff, but there were still a bunch of unlockable characters that didn't get leaked. So hopefully this game will also have a ton of unlockable stuff.
That's good stuff, yeah. So Super Smash Bros. Will be available on Wii U and 3DS, which is pretty much a game that's like everybody's eyeing on that game. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
On this super hard.
Huh?
Like I think Nintendo's hoping that this will revive the Wii U in terms of.
I hope if that's what they're banking on, I hope it goes.
I hope
way.
so too. This plus Mario Kart plus Bayonetta plus
Bayonetta 2.
It's a very good lineup for them.
Bayonetta 2 won't sell. As excited as we are, it won't sell.
It won't sell.
It may not sell. But
everybody right now who's listening to us are wondering what Bayonetta 2 is, and that's already a bad enough deal.
It got my bloody attention. I mean, and to be fair, I do feel it'll get the hardcore crowd's attention.
I hope. So. But my worry is the whole time is like as much as we're like Mario Kart 8 has started a good momentum for Wii U. We are getting Fatal Frame. We're also getting Super Smash Brothers. We're also now going to get Bayonetta 2. I just hope they have a strong follow up in the end, like next year. It does look promising, but I hope the follow up will keep the momentum going because Wii U has a long way to go to catch up.
Yeah, they should at least keep it alive until the next Zelda game comes out.
Yeah, they have to
the next big expectation from everyone.
they have to like kill time. They have to hold off until Zelda's ready and set to ship. Because which is actually funny when it comes to Zelda. They're not the creator doesn't want to call it open world, so now everybody's confused to what to call it. Like if you're not allowing us to call the new Zelda game open world.
Yeah, but he just doesn't like the term open world, not the actual like styling. Because I think when you say open world, you automatically associate it with GTA.
Yeah, but there you go again with the whole it's the Japanese old school sense. Like,
They're
so
very
what?
stubborn over there.
They're like, so what? It would sell their game anyways. If you say open world, people will instantly understand it and get excited. But if you say no, it's not true, then all of a sudden you have people confused, like me.
It's suddenly PR bullshit.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's Super Smash Brothers. Cool. I hope there's no more Fire Emblem characters though. I hope we see something new, like some I don't know. Shit, there's no other characters like to surprise us. Like they already did Game & Watch and all that. So we'll see. I think that's it for episode 41.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good
we
time
are good.
to wrap
We
it
are
up.
done. Thanks for listening, guys. This is episode 41 on July 22 on a Monday. It's on a Monday night. And thanks for listening in. We have an episode every Tuesday. Talk about video games every Tuesday. You can check out our new episodes in our site, www.toomuchgaming.com. That's 2 with number 2. We have all our episodes there. You can also subscribe on iTunes for any updates. You can rate, comment, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. Check us out on our YouTube channel, TMG Blog. We have a ton of videos there. And I think that's about it. We will see you guys next week. And yeah.
Yep. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.